Hi to my patrons and the people who waited a year. This is the Put a Razor Blade in an Apple episode, folks, and I'm feeling a little bit of deja vu because I already did it once. So my phone died and had to get a new one. Time was of the essence, and you ever had to play the adapter game? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Let me get the thumbnail before I absolutely lose my mind. Anyway, I did an entire 30-minute episode and there was no audio. And I'm pretty upset about it. I'm very upset about it. When I bought the adapter, I tested it in the parking lot because I'm no fool. And it worked fine. And then went to do the episode and nothing. And then when I went to test it afterwards, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, no rhyme or reason. And one time it just went bloop bloop and made a fart noise in the middle and then stopped working. So to hell with this thing. Anyway, let's get this show on the road with a brand new topic. Real fun episode, tied in a lot of lore. The topic wasn't great, but I rolled with it. A fun, interesting connection to last week's episode. But hey, don't worry about any of that. It doesn't exist now. It's the boat episode all over again. Why can't I have nice things? If only I could afford to make a good show for you with real good equipment, but I'm dying! Anyway, let's get into it. Let me think of an opening line. Let me be my sweet self for you. I'm going the full 2-minute mark on this one. Mentally add some more time at the end, Billy. Go on, take a bite. That wasn't bad. This is where the theme song goes. Sorry, I'm so steamed. Have you ever done 30 minutes of improv for no one? Oh, wait, I guess that's kind of what I do every week. I had to take the razor blade out of the apple to put it back in the apple. You're listening to Fix My Car Cast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 145. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert will join us once he's done bobbing for blades. But first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe, and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level and also get bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch, or get some merch for the apple of your eye. Someone you love. Yeah, you know what they want? They want a Fix My CarCast t-shirt. Give them the gift that says, "What is this?" No new donors this week. The total raise for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $2,322. Also, when we get to $3,000, it unlocks an automatic show gimmick, which is I will record an episode at sea. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $10,000? That's hardcore. Apple pun. Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Unless somebody else changes it back. Want me to make it sound like a Fiona Apple song? I'll do it. $50. And the title will have 50 words. Also, if you would like to own the painting I made in episode 118, I'll be giving it away to the next person who donates $100 or more. That's right. Own a piece of Fix My CarCast history while you still can. If you'd like to see the painting before you buy it, it can be viewed in the raw video version of episode 118 over on Patreon. Link in the description. And yes, the painting is in the room with me. We kind of have a new patron this week. Chad has once again joined at the free level, and once again I remind the listeners that you don't get any extra goodies at the free level. Enjoy all the nothing, Chad. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly, I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is the time me and my friends had to rescue a drunk couple from the woods. Want to know more? Donate today. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most, and we've got us another singles night tie. Ties are broken by whichever city listened to the most episodes, and our big winner is Portland, Maine. Congratulations, Portland, Maine. Let it be known that your Rancho San Antonio County Park, Fujitsu Planetarium, and Flint Center for the Performing Arts are the best in the world for 7 days. Last episode, I talked about the deposition from the cross while doing it like a scream phone call. You can see video of all the raw footage, plus a little extra, over on Patreon. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about stamps. Rest in peace. And also Beetlejuice, and Manimal. So check that one out. It is a fun one. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: do it like Pennywise, incorporate 25 monsters, record it in the woods at midnight, and our returning gimmick, incorporate 10 Taylor Swift lyrics. Spooky, right? Let's review. That's number 1, do it like Pennywise. Pennywise, the space clown from Stephen King's It. Now, will I go Tim Curry? Will I go Skarsgård, Bill Sars, Billy Bob Skarsgårds? Who knows? Or will I come up with my own thing? Creepy clowns are hot right now, so, maybe I should do my own thing. Number 2, incorporate 25 monsters. I will work the names of 25 monsters into the show, be they old mythological beasts, or be they modern creature feature spook-em-ups. Number 3, record it in the woods at midnight. I've done an episode at midnight. I haven't done an episode in the woods, but that was a gimmick once. But this is in the woods at midnight for maximum spookiness. What will I find? What will be out there with me? Who will I be annoying? And our returning gimmick number 4, incorporate 10 Taylor Swift lyrics. I have to hide 10 Taylor Swift lyrics somewhere in the show. Will that be the funniest one because these are all supposed to be Halloween themed? You bet! It's going to be a spooky good time. Remember, vote for what you want to vote for. As a matter of fact, remember that any gimmick that gets just a single vote is eligible for a second chance in 6 weeks. So even if you think your pick isn't going to win, vote for it anyway. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, October 17th at noon Eastern America time. Before I move on, I'm going off script a little bit. I hope the audio in this episode is fine. I am currently working without a mic. I had to get a new phone this week, and it has a new plug and blah, 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 blah. I got an adapter for the mic, and it seemed to work fine in the parking lot, and it did not work fine the first time I tried to record this episode. So before I move on, if you're fiddling with the dial going, this doesn't sound like the other episodes, well, tough toodles. I can't risk wasting another 30 minutes. So my apologies. I hope I sound okay. I honestly think I'm loud enough that I don't need a mic, and this room's plenty echoey. I don't know how this sounds. I don't have money. I would have like the headphones and the nice mic and whatever, but the point of this show is to raise money for me to survive. So how would it look if I had fancy recording equipment sometime? Anyway, pay $100, maybe win a painting, and I'll go put that money towards a better mic. But yeah, both the audio quality and my mood, I just wanted to explain up front that I've already done this once, and I'm about to do it again, baby. And just what am I gonna do? Well, all right, it's time for today's gimmick, which is put a razor blade in an apple. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now we are entering the core of the gimmick zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. There's no sponsored topic for today's episode, so I'll take inspiration from a randomized Wikipedia page, which is not Christian Terlizzi. Can you imagine? Who's that? Let's keep clicking until we get a nice long one, and I'm strictly looking at the size of the progress bar as I click through. Oh, here we go. This is not that long of an article, to be completely honest, but there's probably more to talk about here than there was the first time I tried to do this. Okay, folks, this week's episode is about the Rampa Drag Club. Now, I'm gonna guess they mean drag performance, but this could also be drag racing. Oh, hell yeah. No, this is okay, amazing. So not to give you too much of a peek behind the curtain, but the last time I did this and ended up with no audio, I had to talk about, I don't know, some football player. The article was nice and long. But it was just he got traded to this club, he got traded to that club. You'll never be able to hear a version of it. It came out with zero audio, so I feel like, what am I doing though? This is for special features. This is for the stuff you pay for. You'll hear about all this in the bonus episode if you're a patron. But if you're not paying for that, then it's time to talk about the Rampa Drag Club. Now, before we get into talking about the Rampa Drag Club, a much better topic than a soccer club in my humble opiniones. First thing we have to get into is the fact that I am putting a razor blade in an apple. That's right, I have an apple right here. I had 3 apples here, and now I have 2 apples. And I also have a razor blade that, as far as you know, has never been in an apple before, wink. Yeah, it's a real time, it's a real day here in Toledo, Ohio, Maine. It was extra upsetting because it was hard to get these apples. There's actually a curfew in place and heightened security. I don't know if you've been following. What's been going on in Toledo, Ohio, Maine. But there is a killer on the loose, and so it was hard to get out to the grocery store, and I actually didn't even buy razor blades today because I didn't know if buying apples and razor blades was going to put me on a watch list at a time when I don't need to be a suspect. Of course, I do have a personal connection to these events. I mean, you can hear it in the last episode. So I'm just really my head's all over the place. Mic troubles and losing a dear friend. So what were we doing? All right, we're putting a razor blade in an apple and talking about the Rampa Drag Club. Now, let me see. For starters, let's look at our blade. That's right. This blade is going in this piece of fruit. Let's blade this fruit. Come on. Come on. Let's, come on. Okay, we have ourselves a blade, and that blade is going in the apple. Gee, I wonder how it's gonna go or what it's gonna be like. I've never done this before. Which is not true of drag, because I have done drag. Admittedly, it's so funny that I'm just like, I don't even need to look at the topic. I know what's going on. No, we're gonna learn some stuff about the Rampa Drag Club. But I lost a razor blade. There it is. Always put a razor blade in your apple for safekeeping. You don't want to lose your razor blades. Yeah, my first time doing drag. I believe I talked about this in the episode Set It to a Pop Song and Shake Your Ass. I've done burlesque and I've done little drag in burlesque. We can get into how those two things bump up against each other. They're not the same. And I'll fully admit, I don't think I was great at drag. I did a lot of burlesque stuff. At the time, I identified as male. And I had somebody say, "Hey, we've got this nature-themed show coming up. Do you want to do drag as Mother Nature?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I would love to try drag." And this probably came up in the fair episode as well. I put the dress on and I was like, "Nah, this ain't drag." So that's my experience with drag. I have not performed drag since. I've done some burlesque hosting and whatnot, but I wouldn't say full on drag. I mean, but now we're getting into what is the definition of drag, and I don't think that's going to be in this article. I think it's just going to be the history of this club. So let's learn some more about it while I put a razor blade in an apple. The Rampa Drag Club, or simply known as Rampa, stylized in all uppercase, is an LGBT-friendly nightclub venue located in, apologies if I'm butchering the pronunciation, Quezon City, Metro Manila. Quezon? Ooh, I'm so sorry. Can I get a pronouncer on that real quick? Quezon, it looks like from this pronunciation. So Quezon City, Metro Manila. Where is Metro Manila? Metro Manila is Filipino. All right, cool. So yeah, this is a Filipino drag club. That is awesome. It's at 40 Scout Albano Ave. If you're in the Philippines, I realize I could have also just scrolled up to see where this is. It's just nice to have a Wikipedia page with actual information in it. Because let's say theoretically, I got one about a soccer player that was nothing but him getting traded and traded and traded and traded. That for paragraphs. It was like he was with this club, then he was with this club, then he was with this club, then he got some money, and then he was with this club, and then he got traded to anyway, we're not double dipping on topics here. All right, I'm about to start razor blading this apple. We'll see how this goes. And I feel like this topic is more appropriate to let you know that the exact razor blade that I'm using is a Venus. It has started its descent into the apple, and I think we can all agree this is the best gimmick for a spooky episode. You may be wondering what happens once the razor blade is all the way in the apple. I take it out again and I eat the parts of the apple that don't look too gross, I guess, because this is the food waste gimmick. And we don't want to waste any food, do we? I'll have you know, I partially ate the last one that I did this with. I'm still a little upset about the fact that mic didn't work. Folks, I just love spending $30 for absolutely nothing. Anyway, I'll have to get a new mic. I don't want to dwell on that. I want to dwell on Rampa Drag Club. R.S. Francisco, Ice Segura, and Lisa Dino collaborated to create a new business venture, a nightclub venue dedicated to the entertainment of drag. Later on, they partnered up with Cecile Bravo and Louis Cabell to gain knowledge in the nightclub industry. They've also invited drag performers Precious Paula Nicole, Vinyas Deluxe, and Brigiding to be on the board of directors. Wow, I did not expect an article about drag to be about boring press conferences. What is this, a soccer player article? A press conference was held at the Karma Lounge on the 6th of January, 2024. So this is brand spanking new, I guess. Yeah, the nightclub venue was established in just looked it up and then I forgot the pronouncer again. Quezon City, with a soft opening on the 17th of January, 2024. This is brand new. New shit. We got new shit right here. Oh man, fresh drag and a fresh apple. The next day, drag performer Manila Luzon had various viewing parties set up at the nightclub hosted by previous contestants of a pageantry series. The grand opening was on the 10th of February, 2024. That is not that long ago. That's not even a year ago. Well, that is exciting. And you know what else is exciting? The fact that this is going into this a little bit more. I'm not having as easy a time this time around, but we're making it happen. Look at that juice. We got some juice coming. We cut deep and we bring the juice. That's what we do. Cut deep and bring the juice, honey. Paulo Castro and Daryl Rosina led a weekly event for the nightclub being named Watermelon or Pakuan, where it feels fresh and politically charged. The first event opened on May 3rd, 2024. May, June, July, August, September. That's 5 months ago. 5 months ago. This is a fresh topic. Woo! It was co-hosted by Salmonella and Sexy Wanda Mina, with Jay Quinn announced as a special guest. Wait, Jay Quinn. I know Jay Quinn. I've heard that name. Jay Quinn. All right. I don't know why I've heard that name. I feel like I don't know. I watch shows that have drag queens and drag kings on them sometimes, so I was like, that sounds familiar, but who knows? Maybe I made it up. Notable performers. Let me just push this razor blade in a little more. I feel like I can't end the episode until I get the blade all the way in. I mean, what is the definition of putting a razor blade in an apple? If it's sticking out halfway, it's technically still in the apple, right? But you want it to go all the way in, honey. Is this a Honey Crisp? I think this is a Honey Crisp. That will be my drag name, Honey Crisp. That's got to be taken. That's got to be. If you are a drag queen named Honey Crisp, get at me. Give me a ring. My phone's right here. All right. Janina San Miguel, a former beauty queen, was invited to the drag nightclub and recreated her viral question and answer portion from the 2008 Binibining Pilipinas in January 2024. A viewing party and performance occurred in March 2024, with the lineup being Nymphia Wind, Crystal Method, and Marina Summers. Crystal Method. I know the band Crystal Method, but I did not know that there is a her name refers to crystal meth. I disagree. It refers to the band The Crystal Method. Sorry, I was busy, child. It was later announced that Anitra is included the performance. That's a sentence. 2 months later, the nightclub launched Watermelon, where girl group Beanie made an appearance and performed their song Salaman Salaman. And that brings us to the end of this article. I can tell you the coordinates, but I'm not gonna, because it's just a mishmash of numbers and degree markers. Anyway, folks, let's get this razor blade really in there. This is interesting, folks. Pretend I didn't do this earlier, but it was maybe easier the other time. I don't know. Maybe this blade is a little more resistant. Oh, folks, I got juice on my leg. Leg juice confirmed. That's my drag name, Leg Juice. I don't know if that's taken. Honey Crisp has to be taken. If you are a drag performer named Honey Crisp, get at me. Oh, okay. I am really struggling with this. We might have to do a little pounding on the desk. Oh, now there's juice on the desk. Oh, not going as smoothly as I'd like, folks. See, to me, in the spirit of the razor blade in the apple, it's got to go all the way in so that an unsuspecting child. Oh gosh, no, I'm not going to give this to a child. Folks, I have definitely hit the core, and I'm struggling to get this in here. Oh gosh. All right, that's it. I gotta cheat. I cheated. I banged it out on the desk, which has probably happened once or twice at the Rampa Drag Club. It's not in there all the way, but if you're watching the video version, that is a razor blade inside of an apple. Maybe a couple more bangs, really get it in there. I mean, it's impossible to hide because like it's sticking out a little bit. I feel like I would need like tweezers or some other kind of equipment to really hide that all the way in there. Oh, folks, how juicy. Okay, well, we're at the end of the article on the Rampa Drag Club. I don't know what else to really say about it. Yeah, Rampa. Okay, you know what? With my spare time, I'm gonna search for drag queen Honey Crisp. It's gotta be Pikachu, but make it sexy. Honey Crisp Fuji Gala. Now there we go. That's all right. Honey Crisp Fuji Gala, get at me. Would love to have you on the show. Based in Minneapolis. All right. Great name, Honeycrisp Fujigala. Big fan, love it. You're the apple of my eye. All right, not a lot else to talk about on here. So I don't. Oh. Hello? Hello? I can hear. Are you making popcorn? You sick fuck. Say something. Say something. We're tracing the call. What do you want? What do you want? Talk to me! We're gonna find you. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna make you pay. Sorry, folks. Uh, I, sorry, I don't like to edit, I don't like to go back, but, I gotta go. I gotta go. There's something I gotta do. Sorry about that. Sorry you had to see that. Anyway, there's a razor blade and an apple. We did it. That's the end. We made it, folks. Yeah, I gotta go do something. I will. I'll talk to you guys next week, hopefully. But hope you had a good time learning about Rampa Drag Club, and as always, don't be afraid to let the juice drip.